This episode is brought to you by Coffee Mate. Coffee Mate is the world's biggest coffee lover because we love all the ways you enjoy. Wait. Coffee Mate can't love coffee more than me. I'm a foodie. I went to Kyoto just for a nitro matcha latte. What? Oh, I have to finish the ad. Coffee Mate, for the love of coffee.
Hey y'all, you are now tuned into Carefree Black Girl Podcast, where we discuss everything carefree, black, and girl. What's up, y'all? It's the producer Quanna here, filling in for Jasmine and Hazell. And yeah, I'll pass it on to my left.
Hi, it's your girl Phoenix Luxe, your favorite fantasy baddie and Therafairy. And I'm gonna pass it to Big Les.
And you already know. It's your girl Big Les, aka Leslie Latrice. Is your favorite veteran turned entrepreneur. And y'all, we are going to get started today with the 2.0 episode. It's called Fashion OGs, okay?
Original.
Period. Because we serve body, we set trends, and we pivot the freaking culture. You feel me?
Absolutely.
All right. So now that we got into the 2.0 episode, what I want to talk about is the trends. Like, what are we feeling? What are we not feeling? Like, what's y'all vibes?
Y'all, okay, so can I say this? First of all, I love where fashion is going right now. I'm loving, I know a few names that we've had on like our list was like LaQuan Smith and all those people. I'm jumping the gun here, but I'm loving like the irregular sleeves. I'm loving like the bright colors, but I need people to move on from the 90s. You know what I'm saying? Like I need that Y2K. I don't know. I was so like the 90s Y2K era. I feel like there's so much untapped like fashion.
There is.
I just don't know if like the nostalgia is gonna get us there because like we are just getting into the irregular sleeves. Like I'm the type of girl like I love an asymmetrical top.
Yeah.
Like I love like I think that like with so many different shapes and sizes, we need clothes to be cut different ways.
True.
And nostalgia is just taking us back. So I feel like where we don't need to be.
Yeah,
I'm gonna let y'all go ahead.
I think I agree with you. I think the problem is people look at the 90s and they have like a snapshot. I feel like they think of it as like a TLC video. Like that one certain look.
Yeah.
Nostalgia would be okay if they did like grunge, if they did punk, if they did Erykah Badu, you know, if they did.
Give us
but
some
when they
boho.
say 90s, it's like the big bamboo earrings, you know.
It's the same look. I get what you're saying.
It's the same look.
Yeah.
And I agree with you. I kind of am waiting for the depth of trends because we have so much access to each other now.
Yeah.
Like you really could craft your own innovative look. Like you can get stuff from the 90s, but like you said, you could come up with something because there is a creator, black guy. He made have y'all seen the little couch purses he made?
I know what you're talking about.
I don't think I've seen it.
Oh gosh, his name is on the tip of my tongue. Oh gosh, we have to look that up and add that in.
Yeah, because like you can only do that if you step out.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, I have seen the couch purses. My bad. Took me a second.
Yeah.
But I got it. Yeah.
You know, I'm talking about like the little cushion looking one. Okay, yeah.
And I love the girlies who can crochet.
Yeah, no, I do like that. I ain't gonna lie, I like the crochet.
So that's one
The
trend I can
crochet.
agree on, and I'm like, I'm loving the crochet. I think that the black designers getting into the purses, I'm loving that. The girls are starting to make shoes. I don't know if y'all are familiar with Hanifa, but so Hanifa, she actually went viral during the pandemic. She's the one who had her models like go on the runway. Like it was more like she used AI and like virtual reality where she had like the models. Like she was like one of the first. I'm pretty sure they've done it somewhere else in the world, but like she started that trend. And essentially like she just makes clothing for like all figures. It's like supposed to be like more of like a luxury style brand, but she did a whole wedding collection earlier this year.
Yeah.
And then at the beginning of Fashion Week, they announced that she's going to come out with shoes, and the shoes are supposed to fit like girls with big feet, girls with wide feet.
Yeah.
And they're
Shout
like,
out to the girls with bunions.
you know, the girl, you know what I mean? The heels are designed in a way that they're not like all stilettos. Some of them are more of a wedge. Some of them are more of those like, I don't know if y'all are seeing like those like cylinder heels where they have like the circle at the bottom and this. So like, that's she's
different.
basically trying to like push the envelope a little bit. That's the one person that I can think of, but I love what she's doing with fashion trends. She's not just like she might have like a what do they call, like what you have on right now? What would this be called?
A jumpsuit, I
guess? Like a jumpsuit. Like she'll take a regular jumpsuit and then make it where like it accentuates your waist a little bit. Like and then you could like wear it different ways.
Right.
Like I have a dress.
I love a versatile look.
Look. Like the dress that I have is supposed to be able to be worn like 7 different ways.
Yeah.
So, like, stuff like that. Like it's
now I do have a controversial opinion.
Okay.
I know on TikTok, there was a little bit of uproar because Sora and them told the girls they needed to wear heels to the club, and they was killing her for
Oh,
the
yes.
Oh, gosh.
Listen, I'm in my 30s. Them kitten heels is for me, okay? So I can be a little classy and low to the ground.
Yeah.
And I think my problem is I probably ran it out in high school and college with the stilettos.
You was already, yeah.
My feet can't do it. So
No.
I love the kitten heels.
No, when you look up trends though, kitten heels are kind of like one of the things that's coming back.
No, that is so funny because, baby, I was like, I need to get me a pair. All my heels are like super high, and y'all, I got flat feet and I got bunions, and you know the things just don't be thanging the way they need to. So I definitely need to get me some more comfortable heels. And what I found that is still trending, I guess, or coming back that I used to wear in college is like the platform heel. And maybe
I love them.
Maybe
I
I'm
love
tripping, but I'm like, I kind of got rid of my platform heels, and now they making a comeback, and I'm like, this is why they coming back, because they literally still very cute and, you know, high heel, but they're more comfortable than the heel that's like super flat. You know what I'm saying? So
the little chunky little wedge thing. Like it's not like a wedge. It is like a platform, but I'm trying to give y'all a visual. Kind of like how like Brandy and Monica used to wear like those thick ones. Those are what you're talking about?
But more so like a higher heel.
Higher heel.
Like
Okay.
Not the flat platform heel, but like higher heel, and then the bottom where your toe would sit is like, it also has a platform.
Okay,
So
so I
it's
talking
like,
about. Yeah, I have those.
Yeah.
No, I was laughing because as soon as you said Monica, I think about
The white shoes. I'm thinking about the black Steve Madden shoes. Everybody in my family will tell you I have like every variation of them. When he brought them back, I got
my
them
mama
back.
had
I have
them
those.
too.
I love those
ridiculous.
Steve
My family be over me like, girl, you got to wear those shoes. Why is laughing? Because he know I will put them on in a second.
But girl, because what's her name? Lotto said we brokey if we in them shark boots. And then what she said, child, the girls on the TikTok was not having it with her. They was like, baby, I'm gonna rock my shark boots. Okay. I personally, and things, if we talking about trends that we don't like, now we getting into things that we don't like. I'm not like a huge fan of the shark boot. Do y'all know what I'm talking about?
It's not my favorite either. And I think that when she said it, I was like, thank you. Because I don't want that to be like a thing.
That don't mean they broke, though. That don't mean they broke.
No, that don't mean they broke because the shoes are kind of pricey.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
But when she said that, like, oh, y'all not wear them boots out, I was like, thank you. Because because somebody asked me, like,
Running
you know
out.
what outfit you should wear? Because I have like this big thing coming up. I'm trying to keep it under wraps. But they was like, you should get this boot. And when I saw it, I died in the inside. And then Lotto dropped that song the next week. And it was like, oh, we're not going to do the shark boot no more.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah. I think one thing I don't love, and I've seen people make it cute, is the duck nails.
Oh,
no.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
I'm
into the duck
sorry,
nails
you
either.
guys. Maybe I'm
Yeah.
aging out because I've seen them go back and forth too, but I can't get into it.
Yeah, no.
That's
I'm
not my
not saying
favorite. Shout out to all the girls who wear them. I know a few people have like taken credit for like popularizing them in this day and age. But they're like, those nails have been out in the 80s. They came out, they said, in the 90s again. 2020s, don't care. Still don't like them. I think we can go ahead and wrap that one up.
Retire that.
I just can't.
And if you think it's your style, kudos to you. But it's like when you pick stuff up, they be like, oh, like, okay, you know what?
That's what I've seen some people make it look cute, but for me, I think I would feel so like out of line with my style, it would look ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like just trying to grab, like you said, the cup, and it's just why
I like my little nails to be like petite, you know, give me a little square, give me a little oval, you know what I'm saying? But like the duck just gives me, I don't even know what it gives me, but I don't like it. And
it's not my favorite.
I'll say too that I was watching De'Ara's De'Ara Taylor's YouTube channel, and she went to Japan, and one of her outfits, you know, she had on what they now call glove flats, which is basically the baby doll shoes that we used to get out of the beauty store that has in some way came back. I would say that that's one of them that y'all can keep back in the 2000s because no, it's not that cute, sis. Okay, tell them Leslie said no.
If it was hate it.
Because them shoes,
but if it's the same $1 shoe that we used to have that they trying to sell for $50 and $500,
that's what I'm saying. If they were better made,
it's giving pay less, and no, let's not.
Because the little flowers on mine used to be falling off, so you know.
Your teen requested a ride, but this time not from you. It's through their Uber teen account. You drive your teenager around, a lot, to their friend Jacob's house, their other friend Jake's house, to James's, to Jaden's, to Jalen's, to...
Mom? This is Jake's house, not Jacob's.
Now with an Uber teen account, your teen can request a ride under your supervision. They'll ride with a highly rated driver, and with live trip tracking, you'll follow along the whole ride to their friends' houses that all sound the same. Add your teen to your Uber account today. See app for details.
Bye, Mom.
Well, I don't know if y'all like keep up with New York Fashion Week. I lived in New York almost a decade, so by default, I have to know what's going on. But New York Fashion Week is this week. It just passed, and I know a lot of the people. Like I saw a lot of like stuff on threads about people like saying they didn't get invited. They were over it. Fashion is not what it used to be. So I do want to talk about like personal style. Like, how would you all define your personal style, and how did you get there? Like, you know, just for the people who are like looking for their own style, because like I say, I'm over the 90s look personally. I think it's other eras that's happened to other things to create. So how would y'all say y'all like found your personal style, and how would you define it? I feel like yours is always very unique. So I'm gonna start with
you, Phoenix.
I feel like my style, I told somebody, is if like early SZA and Miss Frizzle had a baby. Cause it's kind of
Miss Frizzle from the Magic School Bus.
Yeah, cause it's kind of like
we are definitely millennials. Okay,
it's kind of quirky but earthy.
Yes.
Like,
I
feel like I came into the style because one thing I love about La Roche, like what he did with Zendaya, is he kind of does how I see fashion, like themes. So I've been doing that since I was like in 7th grade. Like 7th grade, I was like, Daddy, I want to wear all pink. Like, it was just a thing. And then the next year, I was like, I want to wear boy pants and polos and Converse. So, I guess it goes based on what you're feeling. Don't try to go on what looks good on somebody else. Go with what looks good on you.
Yeah.
And that's what I like about Beyonce, too. Like, could everybody wear everything she wears? No. But she styles herself for herself.
Right.
And it's executed well that way. And so that's what I try to do.
Agreed. I think that's how I used to be too. Well, I still am like that, but how I came upon my personal style is just based off of how I felt. Like if I felt like I wanted to be in chill mode today, then I'm throwing on some sweatpants and t-shirt, little baseball cap and some sneakers. And that's just how it went. Themes, I can agree with you on themes, is like there were stints in time where I was in my neon era, baby. You couldn't tell me that I wasn't going to be a neon girly for like the rest of my life, but
costume jury hate to see.
You know, literally, y'all seen my pictures from high school, bro. Like I did the absolute most, like with my earrings, with everything. And I think it just came down to finding my style was trying different things, like trying on different outfits and seeing how I felt in them. And if I felt my most confident, my most comfortable, like what absolutely makes me feel my best and what, you know, maybe not wearing heels so much because I'm not comfortable in them. And there's things like I can't do when I'm wearing heels or other forms of clothing that aren't as comfortable. So my style is kind of like classic convenience. Like I'm like, I can bring in like a lot of solids. I may throw in a pattern, but 9 times out of 10, you're going to see something kind of clean, like a monochromatic. I'm definitely on my monochromatic. You see what I got? Green, and green. Like I'm on my monochromatic vibe, and earth tones are my thing. Like I love, love, love earth tones, but that's my style. And like I said, for you thinking about trying to figure out what your style is, I'm always going to tell you to enjoy the experience and just go out there, try on new things, and pay attention to how you feel. What about you?
So my personal style, like I always tell people, it's crazy, sexy, cool. Like right now, like, because I think growing up, I went through so many phases with fashion. Like I was the person that like in middle school, best dressed, high school, like most likely to be best dressed. And it was kind of like something I was indirectly put in because my mom made sure we were dressed nice. So I didn't really think about my personal style up until like high school. My sister will tell you that I've had my own personal style since I was 10 years old, right? But I don't agree. Like, I feel like when I was younger, I was always a tomboy, but I would wear, like, the girly stuff because, like, I knew my mom liked it, right? So then when I got to high school, I started doing this thing where, like, the first day of school, I would wear something old or wear just, like, sweats. Like let everybody get out there in new outfits, and I'll come back with mine. And I feel like I did that because I would like to see like what the trends were. And then I would come out and I would like do what they did, but then like add my own flair, right? So I always like to
let them serve as
like if I'm
inspiration.
gonna have on like baggy pants, as you can see, like I have on baggy jeans today. I have on like a fitted shirt, showing a little bit of skin. So my style is like in between, but I am a comfort person. So whereas when I was younger, I was a girl in high school literally wearing heels Monday through Wednesday and only wearing sneakers. It was crazy because I was an athlete. So my coach used to be so mad, like, you're messing up your feet wearing those heels. You're flat-footed. You ain't about to be complaining when you come to practice. And, and it didn't click in my head what I was doing. And then when I got to college and I couldn't really afford to buy all the stuff I wanted, that's when like styling became a thing for me, right? So my style today, like I said, is crazy, sexy, cool because I'm more cool most of the time, but I like adding a little sexiness to like when I'm going out, and then I'm in ballroom. So if you see me in ballroom, like I'll probably like wear something crazy. Like every now and then I'll have on like a tiara, or I'll have on like, I know this next while I'm walking, I'm planning to like do colorful lashes. I can't give y'all too much, but like I like to experience.
Side note, y'all need to follow Quanna and look at her. The body is tea. Okay,
that was saying. Body, yada, 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 yada.
Listen, when I tell you I have been so stressed out, we can talk about that for a different day. But when it comes to fashion, me being in ballroom, it's helped me to imagine. So that's why I'm just like, I would encourage everybody to just try something. Like if you feel like you see a certain style, and even if like you're a heavy set girl, skinny girl, if you see something, try it out because you just never know. And clothes are not, like we said that word again, a monolith. Like you could find different things. Like I know girls back in the day used to wear like boy clothes and like, you know, redesign them, edit them and stuff like that to fit their body. Because sometimes the clothes that are for women aren't made for us. So you gotta get creative. So I would just say like my personal style, it came from like trial and error. So I would just encourage everybody to do that.
And I think your personal style will also change as you grow. Right? So y'all, please don't be scared to be like, oh, I found my style and now, you know, I'm shifting or things are changing or, you know, things have happened. Just push through, right? Like I also am working on accessorizing and like that part, I do not have a lot of accessories.
Oh, I have too.
And I'm like, I need more accessories, like more cute vests and like belts and things because I think buy more pants or buy different, and that's expensive. So I'm looking at how I can be more convenient and repurpose my clothing to make a different look, but it's the same type of, you know what I'm saying? Like same pants, same shirt, but maybe I throw a vest on it and it's more preppy or, you know, it's just like a different style. So don't be afraid to accessorize. And speaking of accessorize, our girls, Jordan. Is it Charles?
You know what? I need to get Jordan in the room
Raven.
because Flavor Flav said Jordan Childs on the Olympics. They were saying Chiles.
Chiles.
It's Chiles.
Is it Charles? Is it Chiles? We're gonna call
So Jordan with the C.
Yeah, Miss
our
Jordan
Olympic
C.
gold medalist.
And Miss Raven Songs.
And like the likes of her, like the whole everybody, like the Olympic girls, the music girls, the even like the politician girls. These girls have been bringing fashion out in their own way. I love seeing so many of them rocking their grills and stuff.
I love it. Especially for Black people, when people always say we don't have a real culture.
Oh, you know.
I love seeing it. And that's why when I graduate,
We are the culture.
I'm going to have grills because it's cultural. Like, if a person from India has a bindi on their head, we respect that. Like, I think, like, with grills, for me, as I explained to my professor, when I thought of, like, a woman who was doing good, it would be my auntie with the gold tooth. Like, she laughing, she got her mouth open, showing everybody that gold tooth because, you know, she doing good. And so I feel like I love seeing that.
No, agree.
And I think it is very cultural.
Show them who he is.
I feel like adorning our bodies is like it's a part of our culture. And so I've been happy to see that just like reflected over a lot of things, right? Like even down, I know we're not having a political conversation, even down to Kamala, they thought this lady had an earpiece on. And she's like, girl, no, I just got a gold Tiffany's earring in. Like
Tiffany.
The same stuff that y'all be wearing when y'all sitting here critiquing me. Like I
said, don't be mad because y'all want to be basic. Y'all want to be basic.
I'm loving it. Like, yeah, fashion, I think that when it comes to Black people in fashion, we've always been like innovators. I'm going to wrap this up by asking, what's one item that y'all have kept in y'all like closet forever? For me, it's been Coach. I always keep something Coach. Sorry, Cardi B, I love Coach.
God, what is it? Oh, God.
I feel like I always have Calvin Klein and Vera Wang because I liked her.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
It don't have to be name brand.
No.
That was just something that's been consistent.
Oh, something that I've always had is a jean jacket. Now that is one that I'm always, it'll always come back around. Denim will always be in trend, okay?
And always remember, if you're going to be the main character, you can't follow the trends. Don't be afraid to stand out. Main character always stands out. So try what you want and whatever makes you feel good.
Period.
Yeah, I love that.
Okay.
My dad works in B2B marketing. He came by my school for career day and said he was a big ROAS man. Then he told everyone how much he loved calculating his return on ad spend. My friends still laugh at me to this day.
Not everyone gets B2B, but with LinkedIn, you'll be able to reach people who do. Get a $100 credit on your next ad campaign. Go to linkedin.com/results to claim your credit. That's linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply. LinkedIn, the place to be, to be.
All right, you guys. So we're going to bring in Hot or Not, and we are going to come in real hot. Whoa. So, Shannon Sharp, is it hot or not?
We talking about
Shannon
the sex
Sharp,
tape? The sex audio?
The grunt and the audio.
Okay.
I was really going for 25 minutes. We're going to call it the Shannon Sharp debacle. Hot or not? 3, 2,
Not.
I'm sorry.
You said hot.
I said not. No, I said not. No. Only because, like, y'all, I couldn't really listen to more than like 2 or 3 minutes. And then like somebody sent me like, I don't know if it was my sister. She said it first. She was like, girl, he was over there. It sounded like the Great Wolf stuff. And she was like, don't you like the Game of Thrones? Sound like one of the people off your show. I heard the part she said, I was like, and then the girl was like, Shannon. And I was like, that part though. So I'm not gonna say it was okay. It was funny to me. Because it really just like, that's really a geezer, like an uncle, like,
listen, okay. This is what got me. I told Marquise, I said, see, I couldn't be with no old man. There's no way you make me bust. He was like, There you go, baby.
Baby, no, baby. Well, no, it's Ocho Cinco for me calling this man out, talking about he need to get his cardio together, honey, because ain't no way he should have been breathing that hard.
He eating a little bit too much of the starches, I think.
I just be in, like, the gag is like when you only have one sense, when you can only hear, then you start to make up your own visuals, and baby, it just threw me off, because I was like, I don't even know if I want to see what I'm hearing
I couldn't hear the growls because I kept screaming, but all I could think of was waiting to exhale where that guy was growling.
Listen. No, you talking about
I got my Whitney
when he was
Houston blush today. When she was having sex with that older
with
man.
that older man.
And he used her toothbrush away from that man. I don't.
And then she was like, girl.
Yeah.
I love that movie. We need one of those for our era. But
Seriously.
I also was thinking about, I'm like, damn, this girl really, the rent is due. Like, I was like, the rent is due. But it definitely gave me like a set it off, like, needing that coin.
Yes, needing that coin in advance.
I'm in the bind, Nate.
I need it in advance.
I'm in the bind.
Listen, oh my goodness.
But yeah, it's a nod for me. I think that if I never heard Shannon Sharp having sex ever again in my life, I would be okay.
Yes.
I will never need to hear it again, and I want everybody wrap it up by Monday, 5 p.m.
Yes, like let's get off this.
And whoever Michelle is, leave that girl alone. Like, if you got time to research and find out who she is, you need a job.
No,
that
seriously.
part, like, because that was totally unnecessary.
Mind your business.
So we're going to cool it down a little bit, and we're going to switch to hot or not Beyonce being snubbed at the CMAs. So 3, 2, 1.
It's going to be 2 for 2. Not. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I don't know if it's hot, but I definitely don't think it's not. So the reason I say that is because now I don't know a lot about the stuff and the billboards and everything, but it's, they communicated that she was like #1 on one of them hot billboard trending stuff, but that the radio stations didn't really play her music, which, is I guess also a contributing factor to being nominated or whatever. However, she did communicate that the album was a Beyonce album. It wasn't a a country album.
But it's called
Cowboy But you get it. This is just words. I'm just putting it out on there, out on the field.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But like, this is facts
know.
about it. She did communicate that. But I would say that my girl is a trendsetter, and I definitely feel like she should have been nominated at least. But to not have any nominations, baby, she did that album. I don't care what nobody say.
Yeah, I think that just to piggyback off of what you're saying, I hate the word piggyback, but I loved it right just now. But just to get, going to what you said, it was a lot of discrepancies.
I got you, girl. Discrepancies.
With the album, because people, to your point, they said that the country music stations didn't really play it, and it wasn't a lot on the radio. I disagree, only because I couldn't drive and put on the radio in Charlotte, Atlanta, or Savannah without hearing it on one of those stations.
Okay.
For me, I think that it was a disservice, and it's not hot because of all the country artists she had on there. Like the new era, the new generation, her and that song with them, that charted. The one with Shabuzi charted. Jolene was back on the charts, both versions. So I think that the snub was whack. And then it's like, even though she did say it was a Beyonce album, she did say that. She said, we gonna let y'all put it in whatever category y'all want to. They somehow seem to figure out how to put white people in those categories. So for example, Jelly Roll.
Yep.
No shade to Jelly Roll, but Jelly Roll was a rapper. Him and Post Malone were both rappers. They didn't make no announcement. They just said, I'm putting out a new album. It sounded like country. They put it in the country, those groups or whatever. And I just feel like one thing that Dolly Parton said, like, music is music. It shouldn't have a race. And I think that as Black people, while I don't think that we need to fight to be in these spaces, we need to fight to let people know that we're just not all the same, and we deserve to have the different opportunities that they do. I'm sure Beyonce not losing no sleep over not getting a few awards. But if you rightfully deserve it, it's kind of like one of those things where like, what are the requirements to be a country album?
It's just giving big hater
be
energy.
a country song. Let's not even take the album, the song. So if she got all those check marks, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why couldn't she have automatically be placed in there? Jelly Roll was
It's
automatically
subjective.
My
issue
with them saying, even if it was never played on the radio, don't do that because they're independent white country artists. Are they not country because they didn't make it to the radio?
Right.
And then my issue with it is country, grunge, R&B, rock, blues all come from Black American culture. Like there's a timeline that is well documented. And so I just don't like that they think they can govern a sound in that way. And if y'all are going to do that, then be real about it. Because hip hop has like 5 elements in it.
Right.
What are the 5 elements of country? Like, because y'all going to make me get in my research.
Let's talk about it. You know, because that's what I'm saying. But and this is like me being a Twitter hoe.
This is our wheelhouse. Let's go. Get on your soapbox, girl.
No, for real. Because it's like, this is where I get upset because it's like, what they say, the line is always changing and getting manipulated when it comes to Black women. And it's like she's overachieved on this album. She gave you your country greats on the album. She gave you the new voices on the album. And then she also gave you a little bit experimental that they say they're looking for to, you know, to spice up the country genre.
Right.
Because I looked at the little award for a second last year because I was like, oh, okay, this seems like interesting. But one thing that they kept saying, like, these people are innovating the genre. So why can't Black women do the same type of thing?
And I feel like it's get back because of the years prior when she was at the CMAs for Lemonade. And there was a big uproar, so much so that they didn't even put her like on the cover of certain magazines because it was such an uproar for what was the song? Daddy's Lessons.
Daddy's Lessons, yeah.
And so I feel like it's almost like punishment. Low key.
Yeah.
Because that was enough for y'all to invite her, but a whole album is like, you don't need the qualifications.
Yeah, I just think it's nasty. I'm never gonna get over that. Like those 2 white men. Jelly Roll was doing the boom boom bap bap bap. And now he's like, and now he's on it. Come on, be for real. Like, I don't know. I'm not jacking it. And then we have one more, y'all, for Hot or Not, don't we?
Yeah. Speaking of awards.
So we're going to keep it moving with award shows and music, Hot or Not. The critiques on Tyla. 3, 2, 1.
Not.
I don't think that the critiques are valid at all. Not. So it's going to be a not for me.
I feel like...
Wait. But Tyla, what? Let's be specific. What are we talking about with Tyla?
We can start with the award show. My issue with it was... Okay, I get the award might be heavy, but then we saw you on the red carpet. You was like, and you was holding it. But I feel like maybe there's they're a little too hard on her because I just asked y'all like, how old is she? You know, like y'all can't expect her to do everything perfect all the time. I think
she did this. It's her second time doing this.
Yeah, I think there's credence in that. She does need to ingratiate herself if she wants to be like in Black culture and want them to consume, to understand that. Because like back to the whole color thing, color comes from apartheid. Apartheid started in 1948. It was inspired by Black culture. So when we tell you that's not necessarily a good thing, there is credence to that. So I think it should be more discussions and less critiques with her. Because one, she's young, and 2, it's like sometimes it does seem like they're dogpiling.
This is my view on it, because I know a lot of people who are not American listen to this show. So I just think that she doesn't have to conform to American standards. Tyla came over here an international superstar. So this for her was extra, right? So you're telling somebody who's been essentially a star for the past 7 years of their life to humble themselves to be acceptable for the American palate is not going to happen. I think that the critique with I don't think that she should. I think that because the reason why I like Tyla, and I can be critical of the new artists, and I can. I like Tyla because she's a superstar. She came in knowing that she worked for this, and this is just another country that she is part of. The award thing, I see people do that with that award all the time. Like, so it didn't bother me. The fact that it was Halle, I think that's what's bothering Black culture because she's our Little Mermaid, she's our da-da-da. But everybody, like, said that award is heavy. Like, Taylor Swift, when she went up there, she passed it to Post Malone. She was like, oh, no, you hold it. And it wasn't like a critique. You know, her being colored, for me, Blackness sometimes can be a Eurocentric thing, but if somebody wasn't in this country and somebody never called them Black, Tyla is colored. If you look at her family tree, she has a brother who looks Indian. She has a mother who looks Ethiopian. She and one of her other brothers are the only two people who look what we would call Black.
That
so for
could
that,
be true, but
color
comes from Black racism.
It colors from Black racism,
specifically
but for
from
us, for America.
But
not
that's what I'm
American.
saying. The term, even them using it in South Africa, they were inspired by how Black people were treated.
But that's an American lens, right?
Yeah,
So,
but
like,
that's just the facts. And I'm saying, if you want us to consume, because I feel like when Black Americans go to other ethnic Black countries, we are expected to ingratiate ourselves and respect and understand the culture. And where I feel like everybody gets a double lens is they can do R&B, they can come over here, they can be Black when they want to, but when we're asking them to ingratiate a little bit to the socio-dynamics, now it's asking for too much. And I think that's whack.
I just would never ask somebody to do that.
I would,
because
they ask us to do it.
No, then that's our fault. That's our fault. That's a fault of us as Black people. We conform too much. So for me, I just think that her saying, hey, I'm colored, that's what they call me in my country, but in your country, if that same thing is Black, I'll accept it. She has just said, it is what it is. She's not going to call herself Black. She's not going to probably call herself colored anymore because she knows it bothers you. But like, I think in the words of Azalea Banks, I like my people to be upfront. I don't want you to pretend like you care for dark-skinned girls or you fuck with dark-skinned girls just because I'm in the room. Mm-hmm. If that's not how you feel, that's not how you feel. I personally don't think that the critiques of her are valid. I think that, like the same thing, we just do not like when Black people or people that have a similar skin tone as us are too forthcoming. They're too in your face because we're used to like everybody like easing themselves in, being happy to be here. She don't have to be happy to be here because we chose her to come over here.
But this what I'm saying.
Our labels went and found her to come
I
over
feel
here.
I feel like ingratiating is showing appreciation, not conforming. But if you don't have to appreciate it and you don't have to be here, then I don't have to rock with your shit if you're not Black.
I'm not walking with Tyla just because she said that she don't conform to American Blackness. I have people in my own community who have Black skin like me who said I would never conform to what the American Black standard is. And you probably pass by them every day. And they move a different way. People don't ostracize Rihanna because she doesn't act like the typical Black American. Rihanna, I hate to say this about her, she don't give a fuck about how we view her in Black America. These same people that we cursing Tinashe and all these people about for being around, she be with them same people. And she go to her country and she chill. So why do we have to, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like it's either we going to, Leslie, do you have something to say about it?
I ain't got nothing on it. I appreciate the conversation. I'm listening.
We can't pick and choose. Like, this is one girl who said, like, okay, y'all, this is what I was taught. You mad about it? All right. I'm moving on from it, but you can still be mad. Like, how can we make her be upset?
I feel like they do dogpile on her and she is young, but it do seem like she keep doing stuff that, like, at this point, like, be a little more glib so they don't keep talking about it.
And I don't think it's bothering her as much as it's bothering everybody that's talking about it, though.
And that could be true.
Because she has in her bio,
girl, yeah, she moving on.
African. And she just got invited to another award show. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like,
I feel like she's just doing her thing. What you know?
I don't know.
Yeah. All right, y'all. So now we are getting into the Who Said Dat segment. And that's where we give you phrases, lyrics, statements from people in a different voice. And y'all got to guess who said that. So I like doing different voices. So I'm going to try this one. Okay. Our first one is, I have arrived and the spotlight is on me, honey. Who said that?
I feel like she just told us this earlier, right before the recording. I literally have forgot it.
So
Did you?
Like, literally.
Oh, I remember, but
Lord, I'm
You
on
did
HBO
it.
Housewives.
yeah.
Who did she say?
It's
Okay.
giving.
Yeah, I think it's Nene.
Yeah.
Okay. Because
It's
I'm like, she just told us this.
Yeah,
I'm like,
she
did she
did.
say
She
Nene or did she
forgot.
say Phaedra?
So that is
I'm
Miss
alright.
Lanithia Leaks, honey. I love me some
Lanithia.
Nene Leaks. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. The next one is if it wasn't me and I wouldn't have seen myself, I would have bought me a drink too.
Megan Thee Stallion.
It was
Oh, it was she? I done bought this drink.
Wait,
okay.
that's a rap?
Yep.
Girl.
Body okay. Body yada. Okay.
I love that song.
All right, one more. Let me get one more. Let me see if I could guess.
Okay. All right. Let me see. I should do it in a man's voice. Let me try.
It's the voices.
Yeah, let me try. Could you move along? Because you're blocking everyone's view of me. I feel like I was giving country and man, but
I don't know.
This gives me like Kenya from Real Housewives.
let me think. Are these supposed to
I
be
thought
like?
that too, but that ain't it. So let me see.
Let me say it one more time. You want me to say it one more time?
Is it Jocelyn Hernandez? I don't know.
Okay, like,
Dang, who would be like this?
like Tiffany Pollard. Tony Childs.
Oh,
Okay. Wait, that was good.
I would not.
That was
have got
good. That was good.
But that was some good hits, though, Meka. Okay.
Y'all make sure y'all listen to this show. Check out this segment, and if y'all have listen to it, play the game, and let us know if you got it right on the first listen. Cause that, Tony Childs.
You should
have
have been what it
guessed it.
was where she was like, "Oh no, what happened to Jakarta?" Like, say that down.
Hey everyone, it's John Gist.
And your girl Dee Dee Brown here from Black on the Scene. If you want to know more about navigating the business of Hollywood and learn about the ins and outs from the folks who are living and breathing it, be sure to check out and subscribe to
Black on the Scene, a show that highlights the intersection of culture, entertainment, and business through a Black lens. And it's all brought to you exclusively by the Revolt Podcast Network, anchored in hip-hop, powered by creators.
All right, y'all. So on our 2.0 episodes, we tried to leave y'all with just a few carefree keys. This month is all about self-care, self-awareness. It's also Suicide Awareness Month as well. So personally, my carefree key would be, I guess, for self-awareness, self-help, is to take breaks. As a founder, I feel like I work a lot with my brand, but I also am an artist, so I have to make time for that. And also ballroom, as I mentioned earlier. And lately I have just been feeling like, overwhelmed. Mm-hmm. It be making my attitude spicy. So I've been learning how to take more breaks. Mm. And, even if that is just sitting in your bed for 2 days, not doing nothing. Like I just said today, my hair was nappy. I had to comb the naps out. But I felt good coming today because I'm well rested. Mm-hmm. I don't feel drained. Mm-hmm. And the second key I would say is advocate for yourself. Mm-hmm. Yes. I think that I have been in a space of like just being grateful to be here for far too long. Yeah. And I am getting the harsh reality that other people around me have been getting more than me for less than what I do. And this year I have just been pushing forth with advocating for myself. Mm-hmm. I could even briefly describe a situation that I have fell into this week. Essentially, some payments were late from an event that I had sponsored, and they were just trying to make me feel like, girl, you need to wait. And then I just started looking at my past events profits, and I'm like, with or without you, I would have made this money. Yeah. So the fact that I'm feeling grateful to get a sponsor, and I'm waiting for the money. They make you wait 30 days, 14 days, and our people are starving because of that, off of just being grateful and off of just being happy to be here. So in me advocating for myself, I was nervous. I was about to throw up. I didn't think that they would ever want to work with me again. But somebody on that team saw my passion. It was like, no, we want to make it right with her. And that's all I needed, because if they never work with me again, at least I know in my heart that I'm getting the money that I need to pay my staff. I'm getting the money that I need to pay me. And I've been afraid to advocate for myself. I'm as bold as I am. I always felt like people were doing me some type of favor by letting me in spaces.
Right.
So as I, learned to advocate for myself, I would just encourage everybody watching this, young, old, start today. Because I literally would have been probably damn near homeless if I didn't speak up.
Don't be too humble. One of my friends, Antoine Adams, shout out to him, my brother from another mother, he said, Naya, you be being too humble, because I was in that same space. So people may think I'm arrogant, especially in professional spaces, but it's like, hell no, I will work my ass off to get here. And I know what I know, and I know what I do, and you are going to respect that. Just like you respect mediocre white men, respect me that same way and treat me that same way. So I definitely feel that.
I agree. I think my self-care, carefree key would be to show up for yourself. Okay. Hello? I'm in that season very deliberately. Y'all know it's my birthday month. Birthday coming up soon. And that's the theme of the year. And until the day I die, is to show up for yourself. And what that looks like is putting your best foot forward whenever you step out or whenever you set out to do anything. So that means being comfortable. If you got to put your comfortable clothes on, if you got to put your hair in a high bun because it sleek that face back real good, then that's what you do, if that helps you to show up as your best self. So my thing is just to figure out what you're comfortable doing. And then also with showing up for yourself is stepping out of your comfort zone from time to time too. So yes, you know where your comfort zone is, but push yourself to try new things and just to experience a different aspect of life.
Yeah, I just want to speak up real quick. Passive suicide is very prevalent with Black women. If you aren't familiar with passive suicide is when you are basically like, oh, my family would be better without me here. I don't care if I eat. I don't care if I sleep. You don't have an active plan. You're not actively trying to harm yourself, but you're actively not trying to live. And in the past 2 decades, research has shown that while suicide rates are going down for other demographics, it's increasing for Black women. So when you need help, remember, not allowing people to help you is a form of self-harm as well. Be okay with reaching out and finding resources. If you don't have a family, finding a family, because found family can be just as important too. So remember that as well.
Yes. Get you a tribe. All right, y'all. So this has been an episode of Carefree Black Girl Podcast. To join the conversation, make sure to use our hashtag Carefree Black Girl. Follow us on Twitter at CFBG Pod. The Twitter is live and well. Instagram is Carefree Black Girl Inc. And we're also on Threads. And I'm going to kick it off to you.
All right, y'all. It's Phoenix Luxe, your favorite fantasy baddie at Therapy. You can find me at Phoenix Luxe everywhere. And I'm Blurty Love on IG. Follow me. Come, talk to the Therapy. And I'm going to pass it off to Big Les, not the little one.
You already know. It's your girl, Big Les.
Big Mama. Big Mama.
Hey. All right, y'all. I'm your effortless beauty and convenience coach. You can find me on YouTube at 3:00 every Sunday and on Instagram and all other platforms at Leslie Latrice. I will see y'all on the next one.
Yes, and you can follow me at Quanna MC on all platforms. Don't harass me, though.
All right, bye, y'all.
Bye.
Peace.